Hey, Zephram, say something.
Hey, something.
Hey, something. Is that pretty good?
That what?
What?
Why are you mocking me?
I'm trying to act like you.
Oh.
Because I'm a pretty good actor.
I get it. I see the tie-in.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about Rick Moranis.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Not Qualified. Zephram, what are we talking about today?
I don't know what we're talking about. I'm talking about my favorite actors.
Oh.
I can't control what you say.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Although what we'd agreed upon to talk about was our favorite actors.
Well, I didn't know that.
Or actresses. We're not sexist on here.
Yeah.
We're not qualified to be sexist.
I didn't know my statement was non-binding, so I might just talk about whatever I want.
Okay, well, cool. I'll just ignore you. I can turn your mic off.
Okay.
So anyway, just kidding. Here, okay. I think it'd just be fun to do a short episode and talk about some of our favorite actors.
Yeah.
And why we love them.
Yeah.
And which ones we love and why.
Yeah.
So that was very redundant. All the things I just said. But you can go ahead and start. Throw out an actor or actress that you love.
Tilda Swinton.
Really? I did not expect that.
Is one of the greatest actors of all time.
I will agree with that. She is awesome
because she's a chameleon.
I never, when I see her acting, I never think that's Tilda Swinton.
She has distinct roles.
Yeah, like
I can think of her, and I'm like, I think of like 9 different things.
Yeah, like Snowpiercer and The White Witch are different people. Yeah, absolutely different people.
But you never.
What are some other things she's in?
She was in Constantine. Did you watch that?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, that movie rocks.
Okay,
you check that out. People that actually read the comics said it wasn't a good adaptation, but it's a really good movie.
Huh?
You should check it out. Long ago.
Okay.
What was I just thinking of that she was in? Nuts. Anyways, another one who's just like that, Chameleon, great actor.
Who
should be one of the best?
Okay.
Or ranked among the best.
Who?
Gary Oldman.
Oh, I agree, man. Gary Oldman is awesome. He is straight up a chameleon. Like, people talk about method actors and people who can gain weight and lose the weight for roles, and they're so different.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing feels flashy to me. It never works on me.
Yeah.
As far as me getting to respect you, like, okay, you have a personal trainer and you were able to, you have the money and resources to change your body type. That's
risks.
fine.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman is just pure skill. It's just pure talent.
Yeah. Pure acting talent.
He just acts like other people. So good.
Yeah.
And also, he makes me feel safe and warm. You know what I mean? He feels like a dad. Yeah. When I see him as Commissioner Gordon in like Batman Begins,
he looks so.
I just want to give him a hug. He looks so nice. He's got one of those faces.
Another movie you should watch is The Professional. With, Jean Reno.
Okay.
And Natalie Portman.
Okay.
And Gary Oldman.
Okay.
It's fantastic. He plays a crime boss.
Okay.
And he kills it. Murders it, stabs it to death in its grip.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Wow, awesome. All right, well, since you've named 10 actors already, I'll go ahead and name a couple of mine. So my favorite actor of all time is Bruce Campbell. Not because I think he's the most talented actor of all time. He has a very specific niche. But I do think he's a really good actor.
Yeah.
And I think that he is how do I put this? He is he's the Tom Cruise. No, that's a bad example. He's the Harrison Ford of B movies.
There you go.
He is like a suave action hero, but for lower budget, funny movies.
Yeah.
And he actually is a really good actor. You watch Bubba Hotep and tell me he's not talented.
Yeah.
But what I love is just his attitude, the characters he plays, the charisma and fun he brings to a role. Even as a side character, like Burn Notice is a good show. And he plays just a side character. And the energy that he brings to that whole show dynamic is awesome. So Bruce Campbell is my all-time favorite actor. I've met him. He's made fun of my name. He's a cool guy. And then closely following, and this is funny because he's kind of in the same exact vein, except he straddles the border between A movies and B movies, and that's Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
I love Kurt Russell. He's another guy that I'd love to just hang out with.
He is fantastic.
Yeah. What's your favorite Kurt Russell movie?
My favorite, The Thing.
Oh, yeah, me too. Cool, good talk.
Great.
Yeah, go ahead. Those two guys for me they're kind of in the same vein.
Yeah.
But another actor who every time I see them in something, I think, well, I'll hold on. I'll save that. I'll come around to it. Here's an actor who I've come around to that I didn't care for very much growing up, but now I really appreciate. Speaking of Gary Oldman, and it's Christian Bale.
Yeah.
And growing up, I didn't really. I really only knew him from the Nolan Batman movies, and he's not really impressive in those movies. He just talks like this, and he's very stoic.
Yeah.
So you don't really get a sense of range. But I think when it changed for me, and I've seen a lot of things with him since then, but two movies specifically that showed me, wow, this guy can act and he has range was American Psycho and Little Women.
I didn't watch Little Women.
90s Little Women, because those are polar opposite as far as the roles he's playing. You know what I mean? And I thought, wow, like I never really appreciated this dude's talent before, but I definitely do now. So.
I think there's a movie that shows Christian Bale's dedication, but not his range.
Is it Vice?
No, it's The Machinist.
Oh, yeah.
Vice was I really liked Vice, actually. I think he did a
still.
really good job of playing Dick Cheney. I don't really care about politics, so I was just...
I was just like, wow, he's fat.
Wow, he's fat now. Yeah, good job. But in The Machinist, he was super skinny.
Yeah.
He was like 110 pounds.
Yeah.
And was eating a can of tuna and an apple, and that was it. That was his meal for the day. A lot of dedication. It was a neat movie. I mean, he's all right in it. He wasn't bad.
Yeah.
They could have picked anybody. They could have picked a skinny guy.
But they didn't.
But
they decided to make it hard on him.
Yeah.
Here, man, there's so many actors that I just appreciate in general.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of ones that are underappreciated.
Underappreciated is good. I was gonna bring up like Leo and Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And they're great. They're fantastic. They deserve all the recognition they get. But
okay, well, Leo is interesting. I love Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I like him more and more though as time goes on.
Yeah.
When I go back and watch young Leo and stuff, I can take it or leave it. He's very much like, I don't know, teen idol.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really care for him. Even back in like Titanic, I love the movie Titanic. Mm-hmm. His performance in that I don't care for. Not that it's bad, but it's nothing special. But as time goes on, and especially these last few years, as I've seen him in stuff like The Revenant and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I'm like, wow, I appreciate him a lot more. Same for Brad. Speaking of Once Upon a Time, Brad Pitt is an actor that I love.
He's fantastic.
And I think in a weird way, he's underappreciated because he's so just in the public conscious. Like you don't think of Brad Pitt as being a good actor because he's just like A-list celebrity, basic, like.
Somebody on Reddit made this statement about him, and I think about it every time I see him in a movie.
What is it?
And it's Brad Pitt is a character actor in a leading man's body.
Yes.
That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, and he's really talented.
He's such a talented actor.
So talented.
Stone jaw.
Yes,
like,
he's just so attractive that
marble.
He gets put in leading roles.
Yeah.
But he's not a Tom Cruise. He has range.
He actually does.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's from Oklahoma boy. Shout out.
Johnny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go.
Then we could go the basic theater kid route and talk about Tim Curry. Every theater kid idolizes Tim Curry, but he is a great actor.
He is fantastic.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, I love Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is a great actor without range. Yeah. He doesn't have range.
That's true. He has one thing, and he'll stick to it.
He has
that's good.
Yeah, he knows his type, and he plays that character and everything. But I love him.
I would like to give some recognition to Mark Hamill.
Oh, I'm sure he needs it with his millions of dollars.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's just dying for you to recognize him.
You're welcome, Mark. You'd be dead without me.
Yeah. He owes you a
Just
lot.
on voice acting. I know he has a super distinct voice and he always plays villains, but like everything he's in, voice acting wise,
Yeah.
aside from Star Wars, we got that.
That episode of Batman the Animated Series where the Joker says, I was going to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters. That gets me every
Yeah,
time.
it just pulled the heartstrings.
Yeah.
He was Ozai in Last Airbender.
He was Ozai, and I would never have recognized that it was him if I didn't know.
If you didn't know, yeah.
Yeah.
And and Kevin Conroy playing Batman. There's a whole subsect of acting that doesn't get recognized as much.
Talk about actors with range. Billy West is amazing.
He's fantastic.
He's the best voice actor in the modern age, I think.
I agree.
I think Billy West is the best. I don't know. He's probably the best voice actor since
Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc.
Yeah.
They're the only two I can think of that have that kind of range.
Yeah.
And Mel Blanc did it in an age where nobody probably thought it was even a real job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to think of an actor that needs that
deserves recognition. I'm trying to think of actresses because we've only talked about Tilda Swinton so far.
You're right.
Hey, who's your favorite actress in the MCU?
Are we talking strictly about like their character specifically? I would assume so because
just like as their performances in the MCU. Who's your favorite female actress? Because I have mine. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah,
she's number one. Scarlett Johansson's a good actress in other things, but her character in those movies sucks.
Yeah.
But overall, of any, because I'm thinking of other female leads from Marvel movies recently, and they all they're not as good as Elizabeth Olsen.
I agree.
And also,
I'm gonna agree with you on that.
Okay, cool. Then we don't have to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Do you think the Olsen twins are ever jealous because they had their they burned bright and short, whereas Elizabeth Olsen is now like way more famous than they are?
Maybe, but they kind of do their own thing now.
What do they do now?
I think they're like fashion moguls.
Oh, okay. So boring.
But here's the
stupid
thing:
stuff.
they're weird. They're weird people.
They are,
because they grew up like they were child stars, and that's not good for people.
When are we going to do an episode about New York Minute?
What?
The Olsen twins movie with the Christopher Guest people in it.
We should talk about that. I think that'd be funny.
All right. What's the guy's name? Eugene Levy.
Eugene Levy.
He's the only one that's in it.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen also really shows off a ton of range in the show WandaVision.
She does,
which is a really well done show. I think. Yeah, it really does a good job of showing off the actual range that she didn't get in the movies.
Yeah,
she was only in 3 of the movies, and she's barely in those. So it was a well needed exploration of that character.
How do you feel about Joaquin Phoenix?
I love Stand By Me.
Okay.
So great. I didn't watch. I'm trying to think of other stuff he was in.
I remembered one of my top 5 favorite actors that I forgot to mention, and that's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
I love Philip Seymour Hoffman. And a movie with him that I do not care for is The Master.
Yeah.
But I think it's his best performance. If you want to watch The Master, do it just for Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance because it's amazing. The movie itself is gratuitous and aimless. I didn't like it very much. But his performance in that is awesome.
Here's another one. J.K. Simmons.
Oh, I do like J.K. Simmons. I don't think I have a large enough sample size to appreciate him because obviously I have Spider-Man, and then Whiplash really shows off, and he's awesome.
In a lot of things.
He's really not.
He does State Farm.
Yeah, State Farm.
And he was in La La Land as the restaurant.
But it was like a cameo.
Yeah. He in Whiplash, he blew me away. It's one of the reasons I love that movie. I was like, I didn't think he, of all people, would have played the most narcissistic human beings I've ever seen in my life. Yep. And he murdered it.
He did.
If you guys haven't seen the TV show, what was it? Counterpoint.
Oh, Counterpoint.
Was it Counterpoint? No, that's what I was going to say.
Was it Counterpoint?
I don't think it was Counterpoint. My phone's dead.
Hold on. Counterpart.
Gosh, we're dumb. Counterpart is a very good show. He really shows off his range in that as well because he has to play a dual role. And he knocks it out of the park. I can't believe that show got canceled.
Let me see.
J.K. Simmons is in 2 of my favorite movies of all time.
Which are?
Spider-Man and Whiplash.
Yeah. How do you feel about... we already mentioned Tom Hanks. Everybody loves Tom Hanks. He's the dad of Hollywood. And he's great. I love him. Here's a weird hot take, okay? First of all, Clint Eastwood's a better director than he is an actor.
I agree.
Okay? I love Clint Eastwood. Yeah. I think he's done so much for film. I love, obviously, the Man with No Name trilogy.
Yeah.
But those aren't really good because of him. He kind of plays a brick.
Yeah. He's always the stone.
Yeah, he just kind of plays a
stone-faced man. Yeah.
But he's a really good director. You still need to watch Unforgiven.
I do.
But here's my hot take, okay? I have 2. First of all, the only reason this is a hot take is because he got...
I know
because the only reason this is awkward to say is because the dude is a terrible human being in real life.
Yeah.
And he's sexually abused people. Okay, so get that out of the way. But as we're talking talent.
Yes.
Kevin Spacey is one of the most talented actors I have ever seen. Was. He's now dead to me.
Yeah.
But I'm just throwing that out there. He has more talent than most actors in history. Unfortunately, he is the devil himself. So there's that. My other hot take is that Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg all kind of look the same, but in weird ways. And Matt Damon is the bridge. You understand?
Yeah,
Leo and Mark Wahlberg don't look alike, but they both kind of look like Matt Damon. So he's like in between. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Matt Damon is a very good actor.
He is. So is Mark Wahlberg.
So is Mark and Leonardo DiCaprio.
There we go.
the holy trinity.
That feels blasphemous.
Okay, never mind. I take it back.
Russell Crowe is awesome.
He's very, very good. Speaking of Russell Crowe, the movie The Nice Guys is such an underrated movie. It's not family friendly for those who are going to watch this after listening. So watch it by yourself, away from the kids and your wife.
And your wife.
What woman listens to this podcast?
I don't know any of them. Karis. She does. I bet if she's listening to this episode, she's going to be freaked out by that I just mentioned it.
That'd be crazy.
Karis, while you're working out, I don't know. Do people listen to podcasts? Well, I do. While they're working out.
I don't listen to podcasts.
I like this trend of just calling out people. That's funny that you don't listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I like this trend of just calling out people we know listen to it while we're watching.
Yeah, Lauren.
Yeah, Keisha. Gosh. All right. Continue. Oh, I was going to say my third favorite actor. So I talked about Bruce Campbell's my number 1. Kurt Russell's my number 2. My number 3, and I don't really go past.
Yeah.
It's a free for all. But I do have my top 3. My number 3 is Jeff Bridges.
Yeah,
I really like Jeff Bridges. That's all I can say about the guy.
Don't say any more, please.
Okay. It's hard because we know a lot about movies, but we don't really know anything about acting, so we can't be like, oh, he brings this, he has this trait, or and what if they're good, they're good. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I watch an actor and I think, wow, that's seems impressive to pretend to be that.
Yeah.
Then they're good.
I think the best actors are usually the ones that aren't A-list. When I see an A-list actor, I think of, Scarlett Johansson is doing a really good job in this movie, or whatever, insert any other A-list actor. If it's somebody I don't really know that well, I don't really have any kind of image to paste onto their role.
Okay, you know who's a good actor?
Who?
And I'm going to sound like a TikTok girl. Timothy Chalamet is actually really... I really like him.
Yeah.
Young girls like him for the way he looks for some reason. I don't know why. He kind of looks like a mouse. But he's a talented actor.
Yeah, statistically, he's a very good actor.
Nice. Thanks. We called out... also, I just want to point out that in the past few episodes, we've been like inserting names of people who listen to try to freak them out. But this episode, we did 3 different ones.
Yeah.
So I think
here's one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Harrison.
Oh, Harrison.
Harrison Blake.
I was going to ask you. He commented on one of our posts, and I was going to ask you if you knew him.
Yeah, from camp.
Cool.
He, was it on the Spider-Man episode?
Here's a fun fact. I think we've both listened. We both worked at New Life multiple years.
Yeah.
New Life Ranch. Shout out New Life Ranch.
Yeah.
Landon. Do you think he listens to this? I doubt it. He doesn't have time for that.
He's a busy dude.
Who else listens to this? Looking at our audience on like the charts and stuff, I know there's a lot of people that listen to this that we don't actually know in person.
Yeah.
And if you're one of those people, I would really like to get to know you. So please call 918-268-6337 and leave us a voicemail. If we don't know you in real life, we would love to hear your feedback, to have you request a movie for us to talk about. And then if we do know you in real life, Steven, then we'd like you to call in too and tell us what you think. Cameron. All right, I think we've gone through all the ones we know that listen to this.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else that listens. Yeah. Unless I do. And if in that case, anyone, please sorry. Call in.
Call in at 918-268-6337. Leave us a voicemail.
Yeah.
Yeet.